Hey guys, Dan Hood, Big DH2000 here. Sometime back, I made a video concerning air compressors and air sanders. It was just rough and dirty for a friend. Ended up getting a lot of attention on YouTube compared to most of my videos, so I figured I better do a second part to it. That system was just barely strong enough to run my air sander that I needed. Um, I've since upgraded. It was enough to get by with what I was doing, but the chance to upgrade came along and I took it and definitely notice a huge difference. It's still, it can, what I have now can be pretty pricey. You can find it secondhand or used. You might be able to save some money, but you're still looking to spend some money. I still stand by my old video, but that is nothing more than something hobbyists can use, for half an hour at a time at night, and nothing more. Now I've since bought a 20-gallon speed air. Okay, it's a cast iron series, um, 20-gallon. I believe it's a 3 horsepower. I haven't bothered to look at it recently. It does almost 10.2 cubic feet per minute, but that's yeah, I think that's at like 40 or 45 psi. It's not much, but it's way up in the at 90 psi. It's way up near something like 6 or 7 cubic feet per minute. So it's way more than what I need, and the reserve tank runs my air sander beautifully. Um, I've since gone with this brand. It's not very expensive. You can find them on eBay for about 60, 70 bucks. Put a quick connect on it and get going. I never use the vacuum models. They're too much. I've got a pretty extensive dust collector system, so I just stand near one of my big dust collection nozzles and it cleans it up. One thing I will tell you that you need to watch for, which I've learned with these sanders. Here, I've taken this one apart a little bit. You'll notice that the trigger button on this one is on the side. Um, for some reason, I have to clean this so much, and it's so temperamental. So I ended up buying a newer one, and the newer one, let me just put that up there. You can see the switch is in the dead center. It's all metal. There's no plastic on it whatsoever. It's a completely copper fitting. Um, the two are about 10, 15 bucks difference. Um, and for some reason, the second one is so much more durable. I can't tell you. I'm sure it has something to do. I've never bothered to take the second one apart because it works so well. When I do have to and clean it, I'll know more about it. But in the meantime, if you can find a secondhand compressor that has a belt drive on it, the belt drives really pump out the air, and it got a real strong cubic feet per minute on them. If you can find one of those, a speed air brand new can be anywhere from 550 to $800 or $900 depending on the size and the volume you get. And those are the lower end models. I was lucky enough to find this secondhand. Somebody had already bought one 3 times as big because they went from being more of a hobbyist to more of a production level um, home business. So he sold this to me for I think just under 300. So I've been very pleased with it. You can look for a secondhand one that somebody's unloading or that's worn out a little bit, that they may not be able to use for production as much anymore, but for your hobby, it's perfectly fine. Just need to be cleaned up a little bit and get running again. That's my update. I just figured I'd say that. Um, Air sanders do better at 90 psi, operating at 6 cf cubic feet per minute if you can find it, or a 10 plus gallon tank so you have some air reserve. A lot smoother operation. But like I said, I used the other system I made in the first video for many years quite successfully. Okay, you just got to be patient with it. Okay, and when you're a hobbyist, you don't need much more. And you can find those systems for about 100, brand new. Used, you can find them for about 60 or 70, and they'll operate reasonably. Anyway, that's my update. As you can see, this video, no sun. He's already asleep tonight. He's a little bit bigger too. Take care. Bye.